Hi guys, happy Sunday. So today's video I want to talk about health and what exactly that means, because I feel like if someone were to ask you how your health was, you would equate it more so to your physical body, and if you had any like illnesses or a manifestation of actual disease or chronic illness. It's only until recently that now we have added mental health into our spectrum. But even now, I feel like there's still a little bit of a dissociation, and you don't always think like, oh, like how's my mental health when someone asks you how your health is. So in my practice, I love educating individuals about their health and what it means in its totality, because it's not just our physical health or our diet and our exercise. That's actually just like a quadrant of it. So in my practice, I use a lot of the Native American medicine wheel just to give people a better understanding of actually how complex health is. So in the Native American medicine wheel, it's divided into 4 quadrants. And one of the quadrants is the physical body, one of them is the emotional body, one of them is the mental body, and one of them is the spiritual body. So, and in some spiritual, I guess, like modalities, they would preach that we actually had 4 bodies. So we'd have our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and our spiritual body. How fitting, eh? So our physical body is where we would see a lot of like environmental stuff. So we'd see environmental allergens, or our environment is causing us dis-ease. This is where our nutrition is. This is where maybe our genetics are. This is where our exercise is, and this is where dis-ease or chronic illness is occurring in our body. And then we have the mental aspect. So in our mental body is a lot of our mind. So our thoughts, our paradigms, our belief systems, and that makes up our mental health. And then there is our emotional body. So in our emotional body, this would be a lot of like the emotions that we're experiencing. So sadness, maybe joy in excess, anger, guilt, resentment, all of that stuff hides out in the body. And then in our spiritual body, this is more or less where, or our soul body, this is more or less where we have maybe soul contracts, or we have past life stuff, our karma, maybe our aura is being bogged down by spiritual matters or attachments. I can go into all of that in a different video, but essentially that makes up our health. So it's a lot more complex than just going to the gym, working out, watching what you eat, making sure your cholesterol's low, watching your genetic marker. It actually has a lot to do with emotions and our mental state as well. Actually, that makes up a lot of our health. And there's a lot of studies about this too. And if you actually look at some of the risk factors or causes of chronic illness in the body, one of the number one risks is stress. And what is stress? Stress is our mind, stress is our emotions, right? So stress relates to our spiritual health. So in the greater scheme, you can have this understanding. It's just, I feel like we don't always equate it to that or know how to deal with it. So this makes up our health, and it affects a lot more aspects of our life than we think, because we have relationships that can be stressful, or we're carrying emotion from, or we're carrying baggage from, or there's some spiritual cords being attached there, or maybe we're not on the right career path, which is causing dis-ease in our body or stress, or it's not highlighting like what we came here, or our true calling, or our true passion in life, or finances. Maybe our finances, when we have a lot of fears around our finances, or they're not flowing properly, and that's creating a lot of stress. So essentially, like, we have the 4 quadrants, but our health is actually impacts all avenues and aspects of our life. So it's not just like our health. Our health is literally everything, which makes it so fascinating when you can boil down and map things out for individuals and really connect the dots. It's like, okay, if we move here, here, here in your life and adjust these aspects, or work on some positive attributes, or sorry, positive affirmations. We look at your diet, we look at some nutrition, we look at some exercise, and we move all of these markers around. They then have this huge relief of symptoms, or all of these opportunities open up in other aspects of their life. Or maybe things are going better with their relationships, and all of these things are changing because everything's actually interconnected. It's kind of like a huge mosaic, or like a spider web, which is really cool. You could tell like I'm hugely passionate about this, but it's fun to like break things down, or for people to like understand how everything's so interconnected. Our health is not really singular. It's hugely complex, and there's a lot of avenues and aspects to it, which is why sometimes when you go to the doctors, they maybe don't necessarily know what's wrong, because maybe it pertains to certain aspects, or maybe there's certain underlying factors that even science hasn't become aware of, or they don't know how to like correlate something, because there's so many factors and indicators that actually make up your health. It's also extremely individualized. So what works for me might not work for you, or Sam, or Sally, or Henry down the street, because we are so individualized. We like no two of us the same. Most people's headaches all have different ranges and varieties to them, because we're so individualized, which is super cool. So in a nutshell, kind of a nutshell, that's what our health is. It is the 4 quadrants. It is the physical aspects, it's the emotional aspects, it's the mental aspects, and it's the spiritual aspects, and they all together bring one. So that being said, when you're working on your health, or you have a chronic illness and you want to get better, you need to have a combination of all of those aspects. So maybe you have conventional medicine, you go to the doctors, you are anti-anxieties, then maybe you're incorporating some exercise, because that's going to give you endorphins and be that stress outlet. Then maybe you clean up your diet, because maybe those are triggering some aspects of yourself. And then maybe you throw in some mindfulness, so you can monitor your emotions and better how to deal with them. Or understand and work to understand like those limiting beliefs, and you're throwing other coping mechanisms in there to help you. And then that creates a complete package of how to handle or move forward in your life. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I just want to like point out too, because I will be talking a lot about health, and I will definitely put this on a lot of the videos. My passion is to help educate and bring awareness to these different things and these topics: health, nutrition, diet, exercise. I by no means diagnose for anyone, and I'll be bringing like tips and tricks to you guys, but like you need to use your discretion. You need to go to the doctors when you need to go to the doctors. Then you need to like seek out different health practitioners where it's in their strengths, right? We don't go to your Reiki master if you've got a broken leg. You go to the doctors to get checked out. So these videos by no means are to help you diagnose yourself. You definitely need to take your health in your own hands and go get checked out when you feel like you need to, right? You got to listen to your body, which is the most important thing. All right, guys. So happy Sunday. I hope you have an amazing day. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below if you want to connect with me. I'll put all of my Instagram information again below, or you can go in the comments. I try to get back to people. Or if there's some topics you want me to cover, that would be amazing. Like, comment. I would love that so much. All right, bye guys.